Here's integrated 3. This is problem 10-7. It says the 300 people who are lined up outside an amusement park all enter by 8:15 a.m. By 8:30, 550 more people enter. At 8:30, or after 8:30, every 15 minutes, the number of people who enter increases steadily by 250. All the people are planning to stay for the parade at noon. How many people enter between 11:45 and noon just in time for the parade? So it's a little confusing what they're asking you to do. So what I did is I went ahead and I started making a table. So I could wrap my head around what's going on. So at 8:15, 300 people came, and they told us at 8:30, 550. And then they said it's going to keep every 15 minutes going up by 250. So what I did just to find out how many people came right before noon, I almost did the hard work of like just writing it all the way out, but then I thought, no, there's got to be a shortcut. So I looked and I saw that every 4 iterations, like there's every 4 times you go, that equals 1 hour, because we're going by 15 minutes. So, I mean, I went ahead and thought about, well, okay, so I can skip to 10 o'clock. Like, I can skip the 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 10, because I know 250 times 4, because there would be 4 little steps in between 9 and 10, but 250 times 4 is 1,000. So I just added 1,000 to what I had every hour. I can add 1,000 every hour because every 15 minutes is adding 250, if that sounds clear enough. And so that didn't take me too long to find out that 4,050 people enter at noon, or enter by noon. So that answered their question, but then letter B wants me to represent the problem as a sequence and write a formula. Well, I wish I would have seen that before, because I could have just used the formula instead of making this big long table. So when I write the sequence, I just start, and just start listing the terms, and then I can do a ... and I already worked it all out, so I know that the last term is 4,050, so that was easy enough. That's what they mean when they say write out the sequence. And then they asked me for a formula, and this one is up on the wall in our classroom. This is what Google will give you if you go ahead and ask Google for the nth term of a arithmetic sequence. A sub n is just whatever the nth term is, and then a sub 1 is the first term, n is how many terms are in the sequence, and d is your common difference. It's like d for difference. It's basically what it's going up or down by. So d, if you think about y equals mx plus b in arithmetic sequences, that's your slope. So I went ahead and just plugged it into this little formula. I put a sub 1, which is the first term, and then I put my n minus 1, and my d was 250. So that's okay. You can just leave it like that. But some of you guys expressed your concern about, like, well, what is this formula? Where did this formula come from? I don't know about this formula. So this formula, there's a formula that you do know about, and that is slope-intercept form. Basically, arithmetic sequences are linear, so they can be represented with a line, which is y equals mx plus b. You can tell, like, if you had just any old table, you would be able to see that whatever it's going up by, that's your slope. So you could just work this out. If you want it to make sense, just work it out like y equals mx plus b, because maybe you'll lose your little formula. Maybe the little piece of paper you wrote it on is lost. So now just use y equals mx plus b if you want to. You put in 250 for m, and then you can take an ordered pair. These times are too clunky to use, so I just used 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we know there's 16 terms, but I just used the first term. So I went 1, 300, So the y is 300, the x is 1, and then I subtracted 250 from both sides, I got b. So this is another way. These two are equivalent. This is more handy for if you're trying to plug numbers in, and this is more familiar because it's like slope-intercept form. This one is used a lot too because you don't have to find the 0th term. Because you'll notice my 50, didn't I have to kind of work hard to get my 50? This one I didn't have to. I just left it all, I just grabbed all the numbers from my table. So you can do it either way.